interesting. This was my very first find. So I've just got to type something in the little box up here, people. So just bear with me, and when we zoom in on it, what I'm actually typing in the box is the word dolom. The word dolom is for a reason. It's called the Dolom crater. The Dolom crater is extremely interesting. It's because of what is found within the Dolom crater. Now, unfortunately, once this hits the airways, this may get covered up, but don't worry, I've got it on my computer, so I can always get it to you until we get them to uncover it. And I strongly recommend that everybody, please pressure your governments after seeing this information. Pressure your governments to come clean, so that we can actually start trying to actually communicate with these races. Not just let our politicians try and communicate, let us communicate with them. Now, for those of you in China, everybody in China is going to absolutely love this, because I can back this image up with a NASA image taken of the same creature. The NASA image is 100% colour. What you are currently seeing here, folks, is what is called a flying Chinese dragon. This dragon, and I'm going to get the measuring stick out. These dragons are normally a couple of kilometres. So from here, from head to tail, 0.72 miles. Kilometres, 1.5 kilometres long. This one is a baby. So if you look at the way it's curved, I'd say we're most probably looking at a creature that's at least 1.8 minimum in length. Now, if you look at the differences in colour in the grayscale, that is very important. In one of my next videos, this video will be called Life on the Moon. Now, when you see Life on the Moon, I will show you the NASA image. It will be embedded within it for a long period of time, so you can compare these images. Unfortunately, when this hits the airways, this will get covered up. So everybody, please, as soon as you see this part of the thing, go to Google Moon, download, and let this whole square download to your computer. Once it's on your computer, they can't do anything about it. So I strongly recommend that you go to Google Moon the moment you see this video and you hear these words. Go there, down, and just let it sit there and download. All you've got to do is sit back and go in there and zoom in on the crater, and then just move around on the crater for a while. It eventually will download to your computer, because there's a little secret about this section, folks. Now, as I'm going to do now, I know where some of these are. Unfortunately, on this one, I don't know where all of them are, because I don't have place marks on this computer. So I've actually got to do this the way I found them all in the first place. So it's basically just by zooming out. There's a spacecraft, a little spacecraft just above us, by the way. I don't know what that is. That's something weird. I haven't worked out what that is yet. But you're going to see a little spacecraft in a second. It's there somewhere. There we go. There's a spacecraft. And I believe it could be a building or something. I don't know. Similar to those other shapes that I'm thinking, but I think that is a craft of some description. But what we're looking for another dragon. And again, it's just a simple matter of moving the cursor around. Here we go. Here it is. And we've got another Chinese dragon, folks. There we go. Another Chinese dragon. This is the sort of life that's living on Mars. And I've got other images of them. I'm going to actually place those still images that I've taken. I've taken a series of still images in regard to these. These are very similar in shape, headwise, to the image of the serpent that flew over Utah in 2003. There is actually one of these that actually is breathing fire. And that's no word of lie. But even in here, we still get to see occasional lights, but we see buildings and structures, very different buildings and structures in this region though. Here we go, there's one there. Okay, there we go. We have some kind of monolith type, whether it's a building, and the very long shadow. So that suggests a extremely tall building. Okay, here we have a couple of these serpents.